Action.
Hello, this is Finnegan Strikes Back, and we are here to tell you a little bit about JDRF and what they are doing to help.
Yeah, so we were thinking that our friends and family have, over the last 8 years since Finn's been diagnosed, have donated so much money, and we thought, you donate $25 here, $50 there. We've had donations in the hundreds, and sometimes it's nice to see that it's already making an impact, even though we don't have a cure yet. So one of the big things that JDRF works on is obviously a cure, but they have kind of a multi-pronged mission. They don't just work on a cure, they also are working on, until there's a cure, making sure that diabetics can live a safer life, an easier life with less work. Quite frankly, type 1 diabetes is a lot of work, isn't it, Finn?
Yeah.
And reduce the complications that come with having extreme high and low blood sugars. So one of the ways that they are doing that is by funding research into the artificial pancreas. And do you want to talk about artificial pancreas, or do you want me to talk about that a little bit?
Can you?
I sure can. So an artificial pancreas basically kind of uses machines to simulate the functions of a pancreas. So it would use an insulin pump, which Finn already wears, and then what we call a continuous glucose monitor, which checks his blood sugar every couple minutes. And in the future, hopefully not too far out, those devices will all talk to each other, and the insulin pumps will automatically adjust whenever he eats, and it will sense when he's going high and give him more insulin, sense when he's going low and back off, to eliminate some of the work he does. So like, he wouldn't have to check his blood sugar, he wouldn't have to measure all his food or count all his carbs or check his blood sugar and treat or take juice and snacks as he's exercising or things like that, or growing and making his blood sugar high and things like that. It would all be automated and kind of take the brain work out of it. And one of the biggest components of that is the continuous glucose monitors, and it's a big day at our house because what came today, Finn?
The new Dexcom G6.
The Dexcom G6. And what's kind of different about this than your old CGM, your Dexcom G5? What kind of the biggest differences are?
This one, you don't actually need to calibrate it, which is putting my blood sugar into the receiver, and I think
it looks really different. Oh, go ahead. What were you saying?
I think a big difference, but I think this might just be for me, is that I don't have to calibrate it after the 2-hour warm-up.
Yes.
Because a lot of times I forget because it's 2 hours.
Yeah, and you're just not thinking about it, right? And so if you don't calibrate it to start, it doesn't give you any information. So that, yeah, and really the G5, if you're supposed to calibrate it 2 times a day, and if you're not doing that, then it's not going to be as accurate. So the CGM, what kinds of things does it do? It
tells my blood sugar, which is the only thing I can think of.
Yeah, which is a big thing, right? And
Yeah.
it beeps, it will alert you if you're busy doing schoolwork and starting to go low or starting to go too high, and if you need to do something, right? So this one has a new inserter. I don't know if you can tell the big difference. The old one is kind of
scary.
It's scary looking. Yeah, people in the diabetes community kind of refer to it as the harpoon. It's like a big syringe, and it's just kind of scary looking. It's it's really difficult to do. I guess like it would be hard for him to do on his own arm, just which is where we usually put it. This one's got one push button, just the push of a button. That's it. And how fast is it, Finn?
The beat of a hummingbird's wing.
Yeah, it's supposed to be so fast that it's less painful because it's so fast your brain can't even think about what's going on, and then it's over. So we'll see. So we just kind of wanted to show you again how your dollars have helped us. So Finn was diagnosed in 2010, March 15th, and he got the original Dexcom 7 Plus, and he can't really tell you about it because he doesn't really remember. So the 7 Plus, before we had the Dexcom at all, he was just a baby, and he couldn't tell us what his blood sugar was. Obviously, he didn't know the difference. He just would cry if he wasn't feeling well, but 1, 2-year-olds cry anyway. It was really hard to tell. So we checked his blood sugar probably 15, 20 times a day. And then we got the 7 Plus, which felt like a miracle. We got that when he was probably almost 3. It was this big like egg-shaped thing that he had to carry around with him everywhere. It barely fit in his little toddler pockets. It had like a black and white screen. It would still alert us, but we had to be near him. It had to be near him. Still a huge step forward. Then a couple years later, as you get these advancements in JDRF funds studies and research and the things that have to happen before the FDA can approve things. 2012, we got the G4. And do you remember your G4? Show you what that one looks like.
Yes, I was very excited when I saw it because it was much smaller and it looked a whole lot better.
Yeah, it had the color screen, which at the time, let's see, 2015, Finn would have been, how old were you in 2015? He would have been about 6 or 7. So at this point, he was off to school. It had the color screen, which really helped him. He still wasn't able to tell you if he was high or low very well. So those colors helped him know what low blood sugars were and what high blood sugars were. It was actually a really great learning tool for him. And it was a lot more accurate and smaller and easier to carry. Next huge advancement for us was, the first G4 was 2012. Yeah, so he got that. I was going to say, it was when he went off to kindergarten. 2015 was a big difference. That was when we got the share feature. And can you tell them about the share feature? What does the share let us do?
So the share shares everything on this screen to someone's phone.
Yeah. So I don't know if you want to see that. So now with the share, this was huge for us. That allowed Finn, we got Finn a phone, and the phone would upload to the cloud, and now Dave and I could get alerts on his blood sugar even when he was away from us. So that let him go to a friend's house to play, and we could see him while he was at school and help keep him safe, and just kind of gave him a lot more freedom to go to birthday parties and stuff without mom and dad hanging around. So I remember him going on his first play date, and he was super excited to be able to kind of do stuff on his own. Just those little things we kind of take for granted. And then we got the G5. We've had that one too. That's our latest system. And G5 added Bluetooth capability, which meant that he didn't have to carry around the receiver anymore. He could just upload to his phone if he wanted to. It incorporated other devices. He ended up getting the Apple Watch. So now it beeps, it alerts him on his watch. It uploads to Dave and I. It gives us good data that we can make decisions on how we need to adjust his insulin. And that brings us to today with our G6. So over the course of the time that you guys have been donating, we've gone from 15 to 20 finger sticks and having no idea what baby Finn's blood sugar was, to today where we could possibly be never doing a finger stick again. Although we have to build some trust. Don't we, Finn?
I don't trust it at all.
But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, that's a huge impact for us, for him. His little fingers are pretty poked up, so they could use a little break. Anything else you want to say? Oh, the walk. Anyway, well, this whole thing is about thanking you guys for everything you've done to help us and getting us even closer to where this isn't a part of our lives anymore. But we would really love you guys to join us for the walk. What day is the walk, Finn?
The day is September 3rd.
23rd.
And check-in is at 10 o'clock in the morning. And the actual walk starts at 11.
Yeah, and it's a 5K, beautiful walk in downtown Riverfront Park. The weather is always gorgeous. And it's just a lot of fun. And we love seeing all our friends and family. So anybody that can come on down. It's totally free. And yeah, we'd love to see you. Anyway, we're going to unbox this thing. It's really exciting. So G6, what do you think, Finn? A little nervous?
Yeah.
It's okay to be a little nervous. I think everybody understands that. So we've already downloaded the new app for this sucker, and kind of synced it to our phone, his phone. They were back ordered on the receiver because it's so popular. Everybody's really excited about this one. And so that is actually coming on Monday. But in the meantime, we can use his phone because this one is also Bluetooth enabled. Transmitter is much sleeker than his old one too. So here we go, Finn. I hope we do it right. It's our life. Everything beeps at us. Okay. We just shut off his old Dexcom, so it's kind of beeping at us like, what's going on? You're not talking to me anymore. All right. Do you want to take that other one off?
Yeah.
And we'll show them kind of the difference in the. We'll do that.
I can't figure out how.
Just take the whole.
Oh.
Can you?
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's not very stuck on there.
No.
So this is the old sensor. It has a couple components: the sensor, the transmitter, and then however you're picking up the data. And it has a little wire. You can kind of see this in the old one. That actually gets inserted under his skin, and it tests the interstitial fluid for how much sugar is in there, not actually the blood. Has little enzymes in there that magically detect it. I don't understand that part. We just are grateful for it. But yeah, this transmitter is much slimmer. It's supposed to catch a lot less, which is nice. I think the biggest difference will be when it's in the cradle, but
Yeah.
so when the way that one kind of sticks out from the cradle. All right, so we always have to clean the site just because you are puncturing the skin and you don't want to get infections. So clean it off, just a little alcohol wipe, and we have to let that dry. So this one also goes for 10 days. His old sensors were only approved for 7 days, so 3 times a month worth of pokes is better than 10, 15 times a day for sure. So I've never done this before either, so hopefully it goes well. right, so supposedly we just stick this on. So we try to do the backs of his arms where he's got a little bit of, I know, I'm gonna stick it on first. So, it's just sticker, I just pressed it on. And then this thing's supposed to like break off. Maybe, oh, that way. Okay, you ready? Do you want me to count down or anything, or just do it?
Count.
Like count 3?
Yeah.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. It's done. What do you think? That was really weird.
That was like half an inch lower than usual, so.
What do you
And
mean?
it didn't hurt.
It didn't hurt?
No.
Like, did you even feel it?
I did.
Just like pressure? Not so much pain, or?
Not really.
So better?
Yeah.
A lot better?
Definitely.
The noise is a little surprising. Okay, so then we just plop this in and push this till it clicks.
I heard it.
There it goes. And we're done, I think. Let's see if it makes us do anything else.
Did you enter the code?
I did. I inserted it. And it's searching, connecting. So hopefully it pairs and it just starts up. That's so nice. The other one we had to do 2 finger sticks and start it up, and if you didn't, it wouldn't start. This one just takes care of it. So it looks like it takes a little while. It can take up to 30 minutes to pair, so we won't make you sit through that. But again, we just wanted to thank everybody for all your donations. If you want to donate again, we'll put the link in the comments of this video, and we hope to see you September 23rd for the One Walk.
Yeah.
All right.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.